again, my little yarnivores and spiderettes. Fiber Spider back again with a continuation of the C2C Kaleidoscope Blanket, Part 5. Yep, and corresponding with that, we're going to be working on the 5th tier of our blanket. And even though we aren't actually doing anything terribly new with these stitches, it's with the color that we're going to be doing something a little bit new. We are going to be going back and forth, decreasing as we go to create a triangle shape, but we're going to be creating a triangle within a triangle to give it a little bit more visual appeal. And yeah, there you go. So I'm going to start working with my off-white yarn here, and we're going to start in one of our corners here. I'm thinking, yeah, let's start with a horizontal block so that we can start with a vertical. So grab your yarn and let's go. Okay, so the first step that we're going to do to sort of prime the 5th tier is I'm going to be doing an entire round around the entire perimeter of the blanket with one round of this antique white. And that's because I think ultimately it'll look a little bit neater in the long run. So I'm going to insert my hook there, pull up my yarn, and chain up 3. And then going to do an additional 2 double crochets, just as we have been previously, then a chaining of 3, and a slip stitch to the base. And we will do the 5th on the way back. Like, you know, when we come full circle, we will do our 5th double and join it to finish the round. And then from here, we're going to continue on just as we have been previously by doing 3 doubles, and then a chaining of 3 and anchor it to the base with a slip stitch. Like I said, you know, this is really nothing new, but I also like to be really thorough, and I don't like to have you guys playing a guessing game. And chain 3 and join with a slip stitch. And so, yeah, I'm just going to be going around the entire perimeter in this fashion, you know, scoot, scoot, scoot all the way to this side over here. And then going to do a horizontal block on top of this one. So, you know, if you guys remember, it's going to be a chaining up of 6, double crochet into the 4th chain, double crochet into the next 2 chains, and then anchor it down. And then working this way. So it's a chaining up of 3, 3 doubles under the bar, slip stitch join to here, chaining up of 3, 3 doubles in underneath this bar, slip stitch join, etc., etc., etc. And of course, if you ever get lost, you know, you can check out the previous footage, timestamps. Not really doing timestamps, but you know, because well, it's more of a technique than a row by row kind of thing. But at any rate, I'm not trying to be confusing. So I'm just going to do this round off camera, and then we will get started in with the actual tier. Okay? All right, I hope that makes sense. I'll see you in a bit. All right, so I'm almost done with the entire round with the antique white. Just got 2 more to go. So I'm going to chain up 3, do my 3 doubles under the bar, etc., etc. And then we're going to start in with the back and forth decreasing. Slip stitch, chain up 3, 3 doubles, almost had it, Okay, okay, okay. 2 more. There we go. And then going to slip stitch into this little space right there. Chain up 3 and slip stitch in this space near the top. And there you go. And we can deal with this tail at a later point. All right, and then starting in on the decrease, turning my work. Okay, so now, for those of you that remember from previously, when we did, where was it? We did this first tier, same principle, and then when we did, I think it was the third tier, again, same principle. We're going to be working back and forth in rows, doing 2 squares less per row. So working off from here, chain up 3, and then underneath this first bar, 3 doubles. Now, I'm not altogether sure just how many rows I'm going to be doing just yet, but I'll keep you posted. But I'm going to do a couple of these decrease rows. So then from here, slip stitch into that next space, chain up 3, 3 doubles underneath the bar, slip stitch to join, etc., etc. Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure how many of these decrease rows I'm going to be doing, but I will figure it out. And then I'm going to show you where the magic starts regarding the triangle that we're going to form. Now, what I would suggest, perhaps, is to not work on this right this moment. Maybe do a few rows, but maybe you want to see what it is that I'm going to be doing before you start doing it yourself, which will save you some frogging if you change your mind. Because when I first did this particular design choice, I did a lot of frogging myself. So, that being said, I'm going to work the rest of this row off camera, and I'll meet back up with you to show you the end and the turnaround, etc., etc. And then I'm going to keep on doing more of these rows off camera. Okay, so I'm going to see you in just a short little bit. Okay, so I'm almost done with this first decrease row. I'm going to finish it up together, show you the beginning of the next one, and then I'm just going to keep going from there. Chaining up 3, 3 doubles under the bar. One more. Slip stitch to join. There we go. Chain up 3. Pull out just a wee bit more yarn here. Okay, then 3 doubles under the bar. Beautiful. Okay, then slip stitch join. And then we're going to double back. So I'm going to turn the work. And then chain 3. Slip stitch over here, because this is all part of the decrease involved. And then continue on this way. Chain up 3, 3 doubles, and slip stitch join. And of course, got a naughty little knot right there. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay. There we are. So I've got my total of 4. Slip stitch join. Same deal as before, and so on and so forth. Now, offhand, I'm thinking that including our initial round that we started with, I'm thinking I might do maybe about 7 rows. So this would be 1, 2, 3. So I might do maybe about 6 or 7 thereabouts. Don't worry, I'll keep you posted. And then we can get started in with the color change. I know I'm making a big to-do about it, but it took me a lot of figuring and finagling to get to that point. At any rate, gonna do the next couple of rows off camera, and I will see you shortly. Hello again. All right, so I've done a couple of my decrease rows for this particular section. In fact, it is, I believe, a total of 6. Let's just do a double check. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And the reason why is because, well, this is going to be the bottom border of our sort of framed in triangle. Then the trick is starting in on the triangle, the color change sort of in a little bit, and then we're going to finish up the border separately. All right, so right now, if my calculations are correct, okay, based on this height, I'm going to go in 3 divots or 3 sort of ridges from the edge, and we're going to start in our new color. Now, just this is sort of eyeballing it, if you will. So the length from this tip to this tip right here is roughly about this long. And then if I scooch across 3 divots, it's approximately the same length, give or take. I try to have like an even frame on the sides as well as the bottom, sort of equidistant. So we're going to get into the next color now. Okay, so yes, I'm going to be using the sort of black charcoal again for a nice contrast. And so we're going to skip 3 divots. So 1 divot, 2 divot, 3 divot. And so we're going to start our block here in the 4th divot. So underneath this bar, and don't worry about this yarn. I am leaving it still attached. We're going to be working with it later. Right now, we're going to be working with our contrasting yarn, and we're going to create a triangle that is framed. So, grabbing my new yarn, pulling up a loop, chaining up 3, 3 doubles, one more, slip stitch join, and proceed in the usual fashion, chaining up 3, 3 doubles, slip stitch join, and I'm going to keep doing this until I have 3 unworked divots at the far edge. So I'm going to keep working until I get to that point, and then we shall continue. Okay, so I have to do just 1 more block, and then we should be good. So chaining up 3, 3 doubles under the bar, there we go. Slip stitch, locking it into place, nothing new. There we go. And then checking out our edge here. So I've got 1, 2, 3 divots unworked. And don't worry, we will be dealing with this later on. So at this point, we can turn the work. and get ourselves sort of, kind of, ish situated here. Okay, so now we're going to work back, continuing on with the decreases. So I do need to chain up 3 first, and then slip stitch underneath the bar, and then continue on with the decreasing fashion along these black boxes here. So chain up 3, 3 doubles under the bar. Whoop, almost had it. I almost did. It's 1, 2, 1 more. 3, and then of course slip stitch under the bar, and then I'm going to work my way down to the end in the same fashion until we do this block right here. We're not going to keep going. We're going to finish up this block right here, slip stitch to join, and then head back once again until eventually this black piece becomes a fully finished formed triangle. Then, after the triangle is done, then we're going to finish up the white border all the way around it, and it will look so pretty. All right, so just for clarity's sake, I'm going to do a bunch of boxes until I reach, the edge here. We'll do that together, and then I'm going to let you guys do it on your own. So I will be right back. Okay, so I've just got one more block to do, and then we can turn and double back. So chain up 3, 3 doubles under the bar, there we go. Slip stitch underneath this bar, then turn the work, okay. Then from here, going to do exactly what we did before by chaining 3, doing a slip stitch under the bar, so that we have a nice, clean, smooth edge from there. And then going to do the same thing for every subsequent row. Chaining up 3, 3 doubles under the bar, join with a slip stitch, and continue on in the same fashion until we reach no more decreases, where it's just going to be one block at the top. And when I reach that point, then we can start in on framing up the sides and finishing the sort of white framing border around the whole thing. All right, so I'm going to keep on keeping on in my own fashion, and I will meet back up with you when I'm finished with my black triangle. So I will see you shortly. Okie dokie, so I just have one more block to go. Wanted to touch base with you, so I'm going to do the usual. Chaining up of 3, 3 doubles under the bar. And the reason why I'm doing this little recap is because there's that little last bit at the end that is very easy to forget, but it is important. So I did the 3 doubles under the bar, then our slip stitch, and then don't forget, this is important. After you turn the work, need to chain 3, and slip stitch to the other side there underneath the bar. It is important to get that loop in there, okay? So now we get to cut the yarn. Almost had it. There we go. Okay, so snip, snip, pull out the loop, and we can deal with this tail later. But right now, we can deal with the continuing of the white border. So yeah, right now, yes, I admit it does look a little bit weird. Okay, I will be the very first to admit that. But yeah, this is what we have going on, sort of a partial border, our black triangle, and a partial border. So right now, I'm going to show you how to continue working up the border up to the top, then work on the other side, and then finish off this tier. Okay, so now we're going to work with the border piece here. And this is why I didn't cut the yarn. I left it attached to my working ball of yarn because we're just going to keep going on with the white. And these rows are going to be really short. So chaining up 3 doubles under the bar, and then a slip stitch join until we reach the black triangle. So I'm just going to do a bunch of these, work my way over. And I realize that I'm sort of jumping around from here and there and so on and so forth, but the stitches are pretty much the same. It's how we are manipulating the color at present. That is really the focus. Okay. 2 and 3. Whoop. Thank you. Okay. So that fills up this last divot here. Now, going to join. Well, I could go into this stitch or I could go underneath the bar. It's white on white, so it really doesn't make that much of a difference. I'm going to go underneath the stitch, though. So slip stitching to there. Then chain up 3. Okay, and now we need to slip stitch into the triangle. And in this case, yes, I am going to go into the actual stitch. I know it's kind of tricky to see. I realize that, but into the stitch. I don't want to go underneath into this big space here. I want to go into the stitch because it makes it look a lot neater and cleaner. So doing my slip stitch into there. And then going to turn our work. Okay, now from here, going to work underneath this white bar that we just created, but first chain up 3. There. 3 doubles under the bar. My little tail is getting in the way, and I need some more white yarn anyway. We're getting there. Okay, so 3 doubles under the white bar. Slip stitch join. Chain up 3. 3 doubles under the bar. Slip stitch join. And keep on keeping on until we reach the edge. We reached the edge. How about that? Okay, so slip stitch join. I told you that the rows were short. Then turn the work again. And we're going to work our way back. So chain 3, slip stitch join. Okay, and then proceed in the exact same fashion that we just did. So chain 3, 3 under the bar, slip stitch join, chain up 3, 3 under the bar, pull out a little bit more yarn here, there we go, slip stitch join, chain up 3, 3 under the bar. I know I'm abbreviating things. When I say 3 under the bar, I mean 3 doubles, but I think you got the idea. We've been doing this enough. All right, and then into the stitch, do a slip stitch, like so, right into that stitch. Then chain up 3, find the next joining stitch, slip stitch into there. There we go. Turn the work. Okay, and then we do the exact same thing. So it's a chaining of 3, 3 under the bar, slip stitch join, chain up 3, 3 under the bar, slip stitch join, chain up 3, 3 under the bar, and slip stitch join. Ta-da! All right, and then, of course, working our way back, we turn the work. And to get to our starting position, chain 3, slip stitch join, and then you would keep on keeping on by doing a chaining up of 3, 3 doubles, join, chain up 3, 3 doubles, join, chain up 3, 3 doubles, join, chain up 3, join, and work your way back. So you can see we already built up a little ways past where we started our triangle here. And so I'm going to keep going until I reach the top of the triangle. And then we're going to need to start from the other side, same way that we did with the side that we already started with. And then we can sort of join the two up at the top and finish up our current tier triangle. I know I'm perhaps over-explaining things, I realize that, but I always try to be thorough because I understand that this is kind of a foreign concept regarding this particular stitch. So, trying to be thorough. At any rate, I will meet back up with you shortly. Okay, I'll see you there. All right, so I've been working, and we are ready to go for the other side. Because now, as you can see, all of my little ridges are all nice and pretty in a little row here. So now I did cut my yarn because I don't have a second ball of this yarn handy. So yeah, alas, I did cut my yarn. You could, however, keep it going and keep it live like we did at the base here. However, that being said, all you have to do to start this side, well, get your hook ready and your yarn freshly cut, in my case. And then we're going to start in this loop at the base here. Pull up the yarn, chain up 3, and 3 doubles, followed by a join. And then so we're going to do this side in the same way, joining and decreasing in a sort of short row fashion until we reach the top. And then when I have reached that top row, then we can continue on and finish up the triangle. So just sort of scooting my way to this outer edge here. And slip stitch join. Turn the work. Double back. Chain 3. Whoop. Come on. Thank you. Slip stitch. Chain 3. 3 under the bar. And join, chain 3, 3 under the bar, and join, chain 3, 3 under the bar, there we go. Pull the tail. Okay, join in the stitch, chain up 3, join in the stitch, and turn, and work our way back. So chain up 3, 3 under the bar, and join, chain up 3, 3 under the bar, and join, chain up 3, 3 under the bar, and there you go. So I'm going to continue working this edge of the triangle off camera, and I will meet back up with you when we are ready for the next step. I'll see you shortly. Okie dokie, my dears. So this is the edge that we were working on just now, and this is where I ended up. Now, as you can see, all across the top, we have our sawtooth edge. However, this is where I left off. Now, I need to be on this side over here, actually, which kind of makes me regret not having a second ball of yarn and, having to start this with the same ball. At any rate, so right now at this point, going to have to cut this yarn, because if I continue on with this one, I can't just sort of work across. No, I would have to work doubling back. So I'm gonna have to cut this yarn. It's not a big deal. It's just a couple more ends to sew in. And in the grand scheme of things, there are bigger fish to fry. So going to pull out this loop there, and then turning our work, get our working yarn ready, and we will be able to finish up by connecting the white together. And so I left the loop open though on this side, even though I just have a tail. Sad little tail. All right. So from here, going to just work my way all the way across as if nothing happened. And so chaining up of 3 doubles. Gonna have to start my new yarn in a bit. Not a problem. Okay, 2, and then on the third one, I'm gonna pop in my new yarn. Yeah, bear with me. Through and through. Okay, so we've got our total of 4 right there. Then slip stitch join. There. Okay, and yes, I can deal with these tails later. It's not a big deal. Then continuing on by chaining up 3 doubles under, slip stitch join, chain up 3 under, slip stitch join right underneath here. There we go. Chain up 3 doubles under the bar. And just going to work my way to the edge here. Slip stitch join, chain up 3 doubles under. And join, and one more, chain up 3 under, and join, turn the work, and work my way back across, decreasing on the sides as we go until we have reached, a single block, and this will be done. At least one of the 4 will be done. It's a process, but hey, it's worth it. All right, so I'm going to keep on keeping on, and I will see you shortly. Okay, so I've only got one more little divot to fill, and then this triangle for this side of the tier will be finished. So all I have to do from here, I just did my join. I just need to chain up 3 and turn, slip stitch. It's so gratifying getting to the end of one of the triangles. So from here, chain up 3 doubles under the bar, alas, then the realization sets, and it's like, oh, I still have to sew in all these pesky ends, but All right, so then from here, slip stitch join, chain 3. Don't forget this step. It is important. Got to do that last chaining of 3. And then slip stitch in that last space there, and shaboom. Okay, and let me just snip my end here. Pull out my loop, Yeah, it is important, I can't stress it enough, that you have loops on all of your little blocks here, because we are going to have to work in them on the next tier. Yep, there's still another tier after this one, but we have made some beautiful progress today. So now we have a triangle within a triangle. Really, really pretty. Now, you could go a step further, by all means, if you want to. You could do, like for instance, a thinner border of the white here, and do a base of, say, the black, and then do like a green triangle inside using the same techniques that we did, just go sort of like a step further in, if you will, and do a green triangle inside of the black triangle, finish the black triangle, then finish the white triangle. I know. It's sort of like one of those, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like, it's not quite tessellation. Trying to think of the word, at any rate, when it's, sort of like, I don't know. I'm at a loss for words, but, sort of like a picture within a picture within a picture within a picture, like when you look at mirrors, two mirrors next to each other and you see an infinite number of reflections, one of those deals. At any rate, there you go. That is the 5th tier, and all you have to do is this exact same kind of deal, however many rows that you went up, and then where you decided to start in on your triangle, just do the same thing for the remaining 3 sides of your square. And then, my dears, we still have one more tier to go. Technically speaking, you can do as many tiers as you want. It just keeps getting like exponentially bigger every time you add yet another tier. So, gonna do the rest of my 3 sides off camera. And then, yes, next part we will do the last tier, and then there you go. So, all that being said, I want to thank all of you ever so much for joining me today. I hope that you're enjoying this series as much as I am teaching it, and if you are, please give a little thumbs up button down below. You know that I appreciate your appreciation. Now, I understand that having to deal with such a dark yarn, not exactly conducive, but I do want to have a wide range of contrast going on here. Otherwise, it sort of all bleeds together and looks fairly homogeneous. So I do apologize for the difficulty in seeing, such a dark color, but it's for the sake of the project. At any rate, thank you again, and you know what to do until next time, right? I want all of you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, stay stitching, and please, stay safe, and stay tuned for more for the last part of the series. Thank you, and have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.